This is my sister up in the corner here that you're looking at. She does not look 70 years old. And she has the energy level of people half her age. But, you know, I want to talk to you a little bit about memories. And my earliest memories of you are, of course, as my sister. What else would it be? But as I grew a little older, that changed. Oh, you were still my sister, but you were also my best friend. Now that I'm 65 and it feels like I'm falling apart at the seams, you've also taken on a role sort of as my pain doctor, so to speak. There are many images from when we were kids, but as you know, they were all stolen from me. But a photo is merely a flat image of a fraction of a moment in time. They could never even come close to matching moments forever etched on my heart and on my mind. When I was about 4 years old, I remember a bright and very cold winter day. The sky was so blue, it seemed like it was so much bluer back then than it is now. And that day, you and Bill and I were all dressed up, bundled up in our snowsuits in the front yard of Mom and Dad's house on Shreve Drive there in Bridgeport. And I can still hear the laughter of the fun that we were having as we built one of the saddest looking snowmen I think I've ever seen. Well, it wasn't many years later, and it was the Christmas season, and I was home from school, as so often was the case. And did you also stay home this particular day, I remember? And we sat at the kitchen table with the scissors, thin cardboard, tin foil, and crayons. And we made Christmas tree decorations. One was a snowman, and one was a round circle. There were others, but those are the ones I remember. Now, Dad and Mom, as I'm sure you remember too, always had beautiful decorations for the Christmas tree. They were always so pretty with the tinsel that Mom placed on there, meticulously a couple strands at a time. But Mom and Dad both seemed most proud of the ones that we made that day. You and I played so many games at 500 Rummy, and I'll tell you what, you were tough to beat. But again, when I was only 5 or 6, Dad and Mom decided to take a rare night out for themselves, which they, as you know, didn't do very often. And Grandma was going to take care of you and Bill and myself overnight. Well, do you remember that? It was, we played Rummy with her in the living room, and we played it on, remember the tables that she had, that the wood was so dark it almost looked black, and they had a top of deep, dark cobalt blue glass on them. I'll never forget those. But anyways, we played 500 Rummy there, and I remember she brought out some of the sugar cookies that she had made. Grandma always made great sugar cookies. But the three of us went to bed upstairs, and I remember all of us feeling maybe a little bit frightened at the big picture of Great-Grandpa Octave Ranger that was hanging up upstairs. He looked so stern. That's the one you have hanging in your living room. Well, that night, we got a hellacious electrical storm. But I felt safe and secure because I was snuggled between Bill on one side and my sister and my best friend on the other side. And when you were there, everything was always all right. You always seemed to protect me. And but anyways, there are so many little moments like that, though, that seem to weave a rich and colorful tapestry of what our lives together growing up were really like. There was one time in particular I remember at Pop's cottage. Those were such fun vacations. They were simple, but they were fun. Well, on this particular time, Mom didn't want me to go down to the lake shore by myself. So you and a friend of yours went to the shore with me. And I've been trying to remember who it was, and Linda Nonamaker sticks in mind, but I don't know for sure if that was her or not. But there was an old boat in the water, and darting out back and forth out from underneath of it were crayfish and these little black catfish that we called bullheads. Do you remember seeing those? They were so cool. But you got right in the water with me and tried to help me catch some, but they were so darn fast. I know we did catch a couple crayfish, but we also caught something else. Do you remember what else it was that you and I caught? Well, they were leeches, bloodsuckers. I can't think of a more disgusting thing to have stuck onto your legs. And I think you used matches or salt on them to get them to release and let go of our legs. You're protecting me even then too. There were the little prayers that we said together at night. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And then if I couldn't sleep after that, we quite often would play I Spy with my little eyes. The thing is, sis, I could do a video that was hours long talking about memories, moments that God loved me so that He let me share those moments with somebody as special as you are. You know, I think you know how very, very sorry I am for the mistakes I made in more recent times. But if there's any way I could take back what happened, I surely would. But thank you for your love and your forgiveness. Truly, you are one of life's greatest blessings to me, and I'll always be grateful to God for letting me have such an amazing sister and such an amazing best friend. There are so many memories I'd like to share on here, but we'll save those for another time, okay? Happy birthday, sis. God bless you richly, and I love you so much. And I hope your day is filled with nothing but awesome, wonderful things.